Hey guys, and welcome to number 18 of the Derby Career Mode. And start this episode, we're just going to have a look at the calendar because we haven't got too long until we do hit the January transfer window. So of course, if you want to leave some comments down below, that'd be really cool to see what you guys want. And we're currently sat on the 8th of November, about to go into the game against West Ham. They have got a bit of a weird team, West Ham, with a lot of pace up front, but then defensively, not the fastest. They have got like Yarte, Cresswell, Jenkinson, quite a young defence when you think about it. So we go into the game, we're playing the 3-5-2 as we were in the previous episode towards the end. I don't think that 5 at the back really was working with Johnny Russell as like a right wing back, so going to be playing the formation we did last year, and we go into the 25th minute of the match here. Power header, I think it was from Kevin Nolan, goes into the back of the net and makes it 1-0. Then we go into the 33rd minute of the match here. Noble at the right hand side, goes down the line. That's one thing about the 3 at the back. Crosses for days, literally, that's all you can do against the 3 at the back. You go down the wings, cross it in, and hope you've got more men in the box than me, and it seemed to be working for West Ham. So we go into the 45th minute of the match here, and it is with Danny Ings going into the box, getting the ball across to Hoffman, a really good goalkeeper save from Areola, who we did have in the previous season. Of course, we did sell him to West Ham for 15 million, I think that was a good price, and unfortunately, we don't like put it in a corner or anything. I thought I'd keep it down the middle. Maybe I should have put it above him and potentially got a goal to get us back into it just before half time. But we go into the 73rd minute of the match here. Jesse Lingard getting the ball forwards to Danny Ings and then out wide to Tyrone Mings. And Mings is really good. I must say the ball's over the top he does there to Ings and then he just volleys it in. The amount of times he does that in this episode, it is quite overpowered. So I must say he's a really good little assisting player down that left hand side. So 5th goal of the season for Danny Ings, that's really nice. And it always seems to come from Jesse Lingard picking out a pass from the middle of the pitch. This time, he just runs straight through, hits it, gets a bit of a lucky deflection. Danny Ings kind of gets a bit lucky with the goalkeeper, it deflects into the back of the net, makes it 2-2, and that is how the game does end. We could have potentially got all 3 points if we did score that penalty, but nevertheless, Danny Ings on 6 goals so far. I think he's been really good this season. A bit of a shame Charlie Austin hasn't quite performed to the full of his potential. Like, he just hasn't really been playing that well, so we're going to be playing Hoffman in the next game against Watford, and of course Watford are a Premier League side now, so it'll be interesting to see how well they can do next season and who else goes up to the Premier League with them. So this could potentially be a Premier League fixture next season. So into the 5th minute of the match here, Lyon, who's actually a really good player, I saw his ratings the other day, ridiculously good. He's got 90 odd pace and 75 rating, so real big danger down this left hand side. So we go into the 6th minute here. Johnny Russell with a really good cross into the back post to Hoffman, who does head into the back of the net to get a nice goal. I must say that it's nice to know that we've got someone in the box who can just head it into the back of the net if we do need to go down that route. So into the 11th minute here, couldn't quite clear it. Paredes on the edge of the box gets it inside to Murray. Murray eventually just works the ball into the box where Dini is there to finesse it around. The goalkeeper does come off the post and does get the rebound to make it 1-1, and about 5 minutes later after scoring our goal. But then about 15 minutes later, Danny Ings on the attack, nice bit of skill, goes past a couple of players and then just uses his 90 pace to get into the box, and eventually, I think he just has a shot and it goes in. It really, I don't know, a little bit too easy maybe, but it was the kind of thing that we needed to do, and that's what he did and got the goal. So into the 45th minute of the match here, just before half time, really bad tackle there. I'm not too sure who it actually was now, but yeah, I think he did actually get sent off. So 2-1 down, 10 men, it's not really going to go too well for them, and it was actually Abdi, the centre attacking mid. So from the free kick, we gave Carroll here, ball into the back post, Hughes is there, heads it down for Hoffman, and then Hoffman heads it over the goalkeeper and makes it 3-1. So really good heading ability on Hoffman. That's one of the reasons I did sign him, because he can just power out defenders, and here again, really good strength, wins the ball back after losing it, gets into the box, cuts past a couple of players, has a shot, does deflect off the goalkeeper, and Younes is there to make it 4-1, so guaranteeing the game in the last few minutes of the game. And then pretty much in the last kick of the game, we do actually give away a goal here. Just, I don't know why I do it, it's such a silly goal to give away, and if it is like, I don't know, if it was like 3-2 in the last minute of the game and I give away a goal to make it 3-3, it's going to be massive if we give away those kind of points, because we need every single one we want, and we are currently about 9 points off top 4, so I don't know how we're going to do it, I really don't. So into the next game we go, it is against West Brom. Going to keep with the 3-5-2. It's doing well, but defensively I think I need something a little bit more solid. So we'll have to see after January, of course, if we can bring in a couple more defensive players or something, we'll have to see. So into the 38th minute of the match here, Not too sure why Schotten like headed it back into the danger zone straight to Hendrick, and then they get the ball out wide to McNamara, and then look at the back post there. I think it was Hughes meant to be marking him, maybe Calla should have marked him, and Enner Valencia does get the goal there to make it 1-0. But then we go into the 43rd minute of the match here. Schotten with a nice bit of dribbling gets himself into a dangerous area. Keeper does make a nice save, but it does deflect off his own man to make it 1-1. And then we go into the second half here, and we do actually give away a very similar goal that, I don't know, it was a bit of a calamity when maybe we should have saved that. The keeper should have just caught it, but one of our defenders did actually head it into the back of the net to make it 2-1. So then we go into the 82nd minute of the match here. Dorrans gets the ball into the box, Berahino in the near post with such an easy header to make it 3-1 in the game, and it is a bit of a shame we lost that one because that does mean they go above us, and I think we drop down to about 12th. So not exactly the best of performances, and we're going to end off this episode with a game against Arsenal, one of the top 4 sides. It'll be interesting to see how we can do. Going to mix it up a bit defensive. We're going to play Van Aken, who is a bit low rated, but like some of our players just aren't performing well defensively. Lingard, we're going to put on Eunice, I think, something like that, and just mix it up. I just don't see why we should keep it the same, and just change it. It's not going to hurt anyone if we do lose the game again. It's not going to make a difference if we lose 3-1 against West Brom. We need to change it up and try something different. So into the 27th minute of the match here, Danny Ings, nice head inside, really nice ball actually from Johnny Russell to get into the box in the first place, and then Hoffman with a nice diving header makes it 1-0. So good start to the game. If you look at the Arsenal team that they actually did have, they had like Martinez, some like really low rated centre back, so wasn't exactly the best Arsenal team I could have ever played. But we get the ball here in the 36th minute of the match from a poor goal kick from Martinez. Danny Ings, nice bit of skill, gets himself into the box, nice left footed strike into the top left hand corner, gets us into a 2-0 lead just before half time. Really good strike, I must say. Danny Ings, we picked him up for about, I'd say about 3 mil, and he's just been phenomenal, really one of the best players in this career mode so far. Then we go into the 38th minute, pretty much straight from kick-off. Giroud here gets the ball inside to Sanchez, inside to Bielik. Wilshere, nice ball straight down the middle. Giroud, right foot into the back of the net, makes it 2-1. So maybe that 2-0 lead we had about a minute ago wasn't exactly good looking here, because we do give away a penalty just before half-time. Callas, I'm not too sure if it really was a penalty if you look back and see it. It just wasn't really that clear-cut. So Alexis Sanchez against Jack Butland, who is going to come out the winner. Alexis Sanchez, maybe it was one of those penalties where you just can't really save him. I think if I moved to the left and then put my hands up, I could have, but it's just really difficult with penalties. It's kind of really lucky if you do get a save. So into the 76th minute of the match here. Not too sure what Arsenal are doing here, because if you look at their defence, there was none. Bielik was the last man, he's a CDM, and we do dispossess the ball off him with Johnny Russell. He was on loan with us last season. I didn't really see much point in getting him again this season. And Charlie Austin, easiest goal he'll ever score in his career, makes it 3-2 and gets us a massive 3 points against a massive team. So hopefully with that goal he can get a bit more confidence in this last month. I think I'm really tempted to get a new striker instead of Charlie Austin, because he's only got maybe 4 goals and they've all been tap-ins. It is nice to see he's been in the right place at the right time, but we do have Thomas Ince back from his injury now, which has been about 3 months long, so that's really nice to see him back. Hopefully he can work himself into the first team lineup and get some good performances. A few players that I want to potentially sell is Schotten, Bryson and Roberts. I'm not really using them, and at this time they can really go for some good money. So if you enjoyed this episode, it'd be fantastic if we could smash over 20 likes, leave some suggestions on who I should sign, and see you soon. Bye.